Hi there, I'm Amanda Cromhote from Truth. Welcome to the Blind Loyalty Challenge. We interview world experts in loyalty blindly. We're hoping to create insight, spontaneity, and a lot of fun through the challenge. The challenge is about promoting the blind loyalty trust, and my book called Blind Loyalty, 101 Loyalty Concepts Radically Simplified. All profits from the book go towards the trust. We hope you enjoy the Blind Loyalty Challenge. I'm extremely excited today to chat to Patty Vidaurri, and she is Head of Loyalty and CRM and Customer Strategy for OXXO in Mexico. Patty was tagged at the first ever live Blind Loyalty Challenge that we did in Hyderabad at the LJI Customer Advisory Board, and you were tagged by Paula Romanini. So Patty, you were stuck on stage live. You couldn't get out of it. So welcome to the Blind Loyalty Challenge.
Thank you, Amanda, for having me. I'm really happy to be here.
So it was really special to meet you not so long ago in Hyderabad, and it feels a bit disconnected now to do it behind a screen, but hey, let's have some fun anyway. So your first question actually came from Erin Murray from the Loyalty Status Company. And her question is, what is the most innovative trend you foresee in loyalty for 2025?
Okay. Well, especially for us that well, OXXO, if there's someone that doesn't know OXXO, who is OXXO? OXXO is a Mexican company. We are convenience stores. We have more than 23,000 stores. And we run a loyalty program, of course. And I think we have a really great challenge on how to focus on digital, because it's really important for us. We've noticed that digital customers do have more value than customers that only go to stores. So for us, it's really important to have digital customers, but also we do not have an e-commerce, like a proper e-commerce yet. I mean, we do have some initiatives, but they're under development. So we really have to drive people to go to the store, but we also need people to interact with us digitally. So what we try to do is to build these challenges for customers to go to the app and we have different mini games, or we have challenges where you get to earn more points if you go to the store and buy a specific product, or if you visit the store 3 times in a week. So you get different rewards, and these strategies have helped us a lot to still bring customer to the store, but make them and engage them digitally. So I think especially for industries or retailers that have a lot of physical stores still, and they have not really a strong e-commerce strategy, I think it's a really interesting way to engage customers digitally, and I think it's going to be a huge trend. It was a trend at last year, but I think this year we people really need to focus on how to have an always on activity in your app to drive these customers.
I love you're absolutely right. I mean, everyone's always pushing digital app usage, but the fact that you're recognizing, yes, customers are worth more, but they're still going into store because your e-commerce online isn't necessarily where you need it to be, but just driving that behavior through the app to get the engagement and excitement, whether it's, and getting into store 3 times a week gives you a reward through, triggered in the app. So as a challenge, I love that. So I love the combination of how you've combined the two. So, all right. So chapter 70 of Blind Loyalty, the book Blind Loyalty, talks about grocery retailing. So exactly exactly where OXO is. And but the title of my chapter is Go Big or Go Home. And like you guys obviously go big, you're absolutely enormous. But my question to you isn't really about the size of the brand, it's how deep does your data help your brand? So, or not even OXO, just generally in retailing, how does customer data drive customer centricity in terms of, is it in your category selections? Is it in store layouts? How do you use that customer data beyond just marketing?
Sure. Actually, like we since we have 23,000 stores, more than 7 million people visit our stores every day. So we knew we had this huge opportunity to get to know better our customers. So one of our main objectives since the beginning, when we started the loyalty program, was to align our commercial strategy with the necessities of our customers. So we started the program, and we of course um, use it for marketing purposes, and we do a lot of direct communication, and we do a lot of segmentation to communicate better and more personalized with our customers. But we knew also that we needed to use that data. So we created this new whole department called Customer Insights. And what they do is they, of course, use all the data and give insights to the commercial team to make better decisions. So let's say like the commercial team normally they are really aware about all the transactional data because that we already have, right? We know how many units are being sold in which stores, and how customers combine products with other products in the same ticket, but we never had the customer view, right? But now that we do have the customer view, we can separate all the transactional data
Yeah.
and tell the commercial team stuff like, for example, we had a use case where we had a product that had a really a huge discount, and the category was worried about uh, getting losses in margin because this huge discount. So they were like, okay, we're just gonna remove that discount. But then we were like, no, hold on, because people like when you see the customer data, we saw that this product was an anchor product for the customers, and they
Yeah.
were buying a lot of different stuff. So it was like you have to take one for the team because this is bringing us a lot of sales. So stuff like this, like data like this, it's really changing how we take decisions in the commercial team. So that's been really great from the program.
Amazing.
Yeah.
An amazing example. I love that. Please take one for the team. It's true, though. You're absolutely right. There's other examples I've heard of that where a particular category or line within a category was going to be removed or the margin compromised, and how actually the brand realized their top customers were buying this product on virtually every visit to the store. So if you removed it, even though the volume of sales was small, if you removed it, it would massively bother and potentially disrupt the basket of your top customers. So the business decided to keep that line, even though the sales volumes were small. So it's a
Yeah,
beautiful
and
example.
you wouldn't know that data if you didn't have like the customer data. So that's why it's really important to know your customer.
Stunning example, Patty. Thanks. Thanks for sharing. Okay, my last question for you, as you're sailing through this so easily, is chapter 22 of Blind Loyalty talks about coalition programs, and I put this question to Cash and Paula last week in India. But rather than is coalition dead, I want to ask you if you had to design a loyalty program from scratch, do you think you would easily slip into coalition, or would you take another approach?
Um, can I say it depends?
Yeah.
Like for example, for us, and I already mentioned this a lot of times, but since we have 23,000 stores, like we have a lot of stores everywhere. Like our slogan is like just around your life because yeah, there's if you come to Mexico, you will notice that there are Oxxos everywhere. So and since we are a convenience store and we like our average ticket, it's relatively low, then it's really hard to compete with OXXO in terms of if you're part of the coalition, because of course, most of the points are going to be used in OXXO since we have this low average ticket and since we have a lot of stores. So I guess I would say it depends on how big is your company and how big are the rest of the companies that are going to join the coalition. So the approach I would take, it wouldn't be a coalition, but more like an ecosystem, like doing alliances in a different way instead of have this huge wallet of a lot of points with a lot of different brands. It's more like have let's change our points with some rate, or let's have special coupons, and so we can build like an ecosystem for customers. But I don't know if coalition, in this case specifically for OXXO, it's a good move, right? So I would say it depends on how
Yeah.
big you are and how big are the rest of the companies for the coalition.
Totally. Like it was a bit of, it's a very open-ended question, and you're definitely allowed to say it depends because it absolutely does. Amazing. So sailed through it. Beautiful. Thank you for your answers. And my favorite answer out of all of them was definitely the customer centric data, the usage and the product's margin, taking one for the team. Who would you like to do the blind loyalty challenge next?
So I recently met, since we were there in India, in Hyderabad, I met Fernando, that Fernando Sea, he's part of a really big program here in Mexico as well, which is Daughters,
Yes.
an airline, a Vidaurri airline. So I would like to challenge him.
Wonderful. Well, I met Fernando. What a wonderful character. So I look forward to chatting to him. I hope he says yes. And not necessarily for Fernando, but have you got a question we can ask another person on the Blind Loyalty Challenge? Anything you'd love to get answered?
Yeah. Well, everybody knows that having a loyalty program, it's sometimes it's a huge cost, right? So you have to have like a counterpart um, to I mean you for sure need to have different revenue streams so you can cover this huge cost. No, so my question would be, what revenue streams are the most important ones to have once you have a loyalty program to cover all these costs?
Wonderful. Amazing. Great. I love asking professionals like you to ask questions because you ask much harder questions than than I'm asking. Oh, Patty, thank you so much. It was so lovely to meet you in person. And it's so lovely to talk to you on the Blind Loyalty Challenge. Thanks for doing it.
That's great. Being here. Thank you a lot, Amanda.